Hey guys, thanks everybody for jumping in here today. Appreciate it very much. If you can, same as always, please hit that share button, guys. Let's get this out there to your other groups, like reenacting groups, whatever you belong to. Hit that share button. Let's get this information out there because, hey, we're getting a lot of the same questions, and I think we could kind of kill two birds with one stone if we just start getting this information disseminated properly. That would be a huge help. So I definitely appreciate that. Um, Guys, if you can, let me know where you're watching from here in the comment section. I'd like to see where you guys are around the world, country, and whatnot. So just chime in. Let me know where you're watching from. Hey, Walter, it's good to see you. Carmen, how you doing? We still have to do another meeting soon. Hey, Gretchen, haven't seen you on in a while. Facebook user, I'm not sure who you are there, but yes, it has been a long time. Thanks for jumping in. Um, if you can, please go ahead and check out BB3 TV here on Facebook, guys. There's a lot of quality entertainment over there on facebook.com/BB3TV. Go check us out over there. We do sincerely appreciate BB3 TV Network hosting my show and others that we do. So thank you to the folks over there at BB3 TV. And also the Paranormal Brew, my good friend over there at Paranormal Brew, Taryn Kerper. She's the best. How you doing, Tim? Thomas? How's it going, brother? Ken? What's up, my friend? No, I'm not mad at you. Paul? How's it going? Second Cav? Oh, in the band. Awesome. All right. Where are we at here? All right, I'm not sure who you are from Akron, Ohio. Thanks for jumping in. Carmen, absolutely, we need to. Yeah, definitely. That's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Joe from Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. Thanks for jumping in, man. Oh, Kelly, it's good to see you. Then the wife, as always. And Shane. All right, thanks, guys, so much for jumping in. I appreciate it. As always, if you have any questions or anything that you want me to answer during the show, go ahead and just post it there in the comment section, and I'll do my best to get to all of your questions. So, oh, come on. That's just not going to happen. We have to get through the Bengals first. I'm more concerned about that. One step at a time. So a couple of things. I want to make a quick note here that I just want to say thank you to so many people who have reached out and offered their help. And so many people who are working with us hand in hand to get this thing done. And a special thank you to our landowners. And I know I've said this 100 times, but guys, you really don't understand what these folks are going through to help us get this done. We are so truly, truly blessed to have folks like this. And truly, I am blessed to count them as a friend. And I've developed friendships with these guys, and truly, I feel blessed to have them in my life at this point. And really, so I just want to say a huge thank you to all of you over there on Black Horse Tavern Road for what you're doing. I also want to take a second, guys, to recognize my staff. Guys, we are hit with 1,000 questions a day, and that's great. We want that. Keep asking and keep them coming. We do our best to get to everybody in a timely manner. And my staff has done a really great job at fielding a lot of those questions and doing a really good job at pushing, what we're trying to do here. So huge thank you to them. What I don't think people truly understand is this organization, and this is the whole point of this particular show. I know, guys, as reenactors, we care about preserving history, and that is incredibly important to me. It's incredibly important to the folks in this organization, and most of the people who have signed up to help, they've done so because they believe in the mission of the PCWA. So I want to tell you, okay, nobody in this organization is doing this for personal gain. All right, we're doing this and we're putting ourselves through all of this. I mean, believe me, You guys don't know what it takes to do something like this, and the attacks that you get when you're trying to do something for somebody else, for a town, for an organization or whatever. We're doing this because we absolutely love and care about Gettysburg. So some of the things that we're dealing with is mind-boggling to me. How people will work so hard to see you fail because you're not a part of a certain organization or a part of a certain clique, or maybe you're just not doing it the way they want you to do it. And unfortunately, we're running into some of these things, and it just blows my mind. But what I want you people to understand, what I want everybody to understand, okay, we're not doing this because we just wanted to give up like 85% of our lives to spend on putting on an event like this, at a huge personal expense to myself, my family, in terms of sacrifice and time and effort and things of that nature. Now, I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, because I'm not. I'm doing this because I absolutely love it, and that's the point. So we're putting ourselves through all of this, and there are people out there, and it's just a couple, who are doing things in their power, whatever they can, to make our lives a living hell. But I'm here to tell you, and if you're watching this, it's not going to happen. All right, we're going to continue on. We're going to do everything that we can to ensure that we put on a quality event, okay, for the reenactors who are coming from across the globe to be a part of something special. Okay, so if you're watching, stop thinking about yourself and stop thinking about whatever it is you're thinking about, and get on board here, okay? Because we're not going away. We have no intention of going away. We'll do whatever is necessary. We'll jump through whatever hoops you want us to. We'll do that, okay? But we're here to help a situation, a hobby that is suffering immensely. That's what we want to do, okay? And we're trying to do it a little bit better than it's being done in other places. Okay, that being said, okay, fighting organizations is a complete waste of time. It's a complete waste of my time, and I have absolutely no intention whatsoever of getting into a fisticuff with another organization because they don't want us to exist. I apologize. I am a little frustrated at certain things. So, 28th visit, can people other than commanders attend? Oh, of course, absolutely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's for everybody. It's yes, you're talking about landowners, Shane. Just joined the team of social media intern. I'm so excited. Yes, Lewis, and we're super happy to have you, man. We definitely want to get in touch, and you and I need to have a conversation too. How you doing over there from the UK? So crazy people come out of the woodwork. Amen, brother. You will see the 140th New York. I can't wait. So Shane's like, get on board or get off the track. Your group, 140th New York, come in for the 60th anniversary, 160th. I think is what you're saying. I apologize. Unfortunately, there are too many clicks within the hobby. Stay true, folks. That's the point. That's my point. That's truly what I want to get at here, and I want to emphasize today on this. There are always going to be haters. That shows you their insecurities. Amen. Lots of haters in the Gettysburg area. I was involved in the 150th Blue and Gray event, and it was an uphill fight from the very beginning. Doug, I want you to call me. Please do me a favor. Write my phone number, 717-654-2796. I want you to call me after this live. Let's have a conversation. I'm very excited. I'm all registered and found a good group of guys. That's good. Outstanding. I want to assist on January 28th with wood cutting or something. Do we need chainsaws and such? Yes. Facebook user. I'm not sure who you are. On the 28th, yeah, we can do some chainsaws and stuff like that. We'll have people running wood splitter and things like that. Definitely plenty of work to do. You couldn't read it very well. Yeah. Oh, don't worry about it. The ones that are trying to end this do not care about the hobby or the reenactors. They care about money. Hey, we don't know. And again, haters are going to hate. As far as I'm concerned, and it doesn't do anybody any good in the hobby to fight with people who are trying to do the same thing. And listen, I'm going to just tell you straight out. I've had conversations with the GBPA members of the Daniel Lady Farm, and we're on the same page that it's just in everybody's interest to work together instead of trying to fight each other. So that being said, as far as I know, none of this is coming from that organization. So I don't want to insinuate, or I don't want to put that out there that people are thinking that we're being attacked by folks at the Daniel Lady Farm. Truth is, we don't necessarily know who it is. We have an idea. We do have an idea of one individual in particular, but it's irregardless. Irregardless. I hate that word. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's not going to slow us down. We have a goal and a mission here at the PCWA. We care about educating people about the Battle of Gettysburg and the Civil War in general. And right now, everybody knows that it's under attack. So the history of the war in general, the cancel culture is a real thing. All right. And I'm about to get shadow banned because I said that. But people just don't want to see the whole picture. They don't really study the history. They don't get into it, and they take things at face value. They see a Confederate monument, and they're triggered by that, and they don't want to see it. And we have to do what we do as reenactors, as event coordinators, or whatever, to continue this tradition that we've had for so many years. And guys, y'all know this. A lot of you on here today are reenactors, and you know this. The hobby is struggling immensely. Now, there's a different side of the hobby that's thriving, okay, and that's great, but that's one side of the hobby. We want to preserve the entirety of the whole hobby, but we also want to make the hobby better in general, okay, and that's the mission here behind the PCWA. That's what we care about. We care about reenacting the 1860, in this particular instance, the 1863 time frame. Okay, the time period. We want to, July of 1863. What did soldiers wear when they came to Gettysburg? What were they carrying when they came to Gettysburg? What did their uniforms look like when they came on campaign to Gettysburg? We're educating the public on those things. So we should, as reenactors, care about that and care about presenting that, projecting that as best as we possibly can. That's why we have the standards that we have. We're not trying to pick apart your uniform and say, well, your thread counts off, blah, blah, blah. And I know it's boring. You say the same shit over and over and over again. Okay. But it still stands. It still counts. It needs to be talked about because it's still not getting through to people that we care about education. As an educational organization, we have the guy here who created Teaching the Civil War website, and it's a great interactive website where you can go and learn and learn how to teach the Civil War. And there's so many great things. It's Teaching the Civil War. What is it? teachthecivilwar.com or something like that. But Jim has done a great thing over there, and we care about that very much. It's not about personal. Oh, glory. Oh, wow, Dustin, you put on this. Oh, hey, you're so awesome. Who gives a crap? I love reenacting the Civil War. I've been doing it since I was a kid, and the hobby is suffering. So people asking, why, Dustin? Why do you always have to do these videos? Why are you always putting your face on there? Why? Because no one's ever done it before. Because nobody's ever had this much insight inside of what it takes to actually run and do an event like this. And I also wanted to give people like those of you watching and who will be watching an opportunity to have your voice heard. Okay. GAC events in the past, no one's ever given you this much time. They just put on the event, you do it, you show up, and then you bitch and moan because it sucked or it didn't suck or whatever. This is what they did right. This is what they did wrong. But I'm giving you an opportunity to have your voice heard. That's why I do this, because I want you to be a part of this. The PCWA is not me, Lee, Jim, Scott, and Sarah, Evan, and other folks, my wife, and everybody else who helps. Okay, it's all of us. The PCWA is all of us. That's why I do what we're doing here. So to answer the question that I got today is why do you do so many videos? Because I want you all to be a part of it. Terry, this is a good man. Looking forward to the event. Ignore the clicks. I second Doug on the 150th issues. Hey, Dustin. Let's do an amazing job. This organization's amazing. You haters need to just stop, please. Anthony Swafford with the 5th Kentucky representing 11 Mississippi. Can't wait. I can't wait to see you. Yeah, true story, brother. All right. Education of what really happened back then is what matters. People need a correct history lesson. Our American education system is broke as hell. True story. And that again, part of this video, the whole thing is the mission of the PCWA, and also what our intentions to do with the money that we raise, and we're going to get to that here momentarily. But education is so important because people are not being taught the right way. They're not being shown the right things, exposed to this stuff the way they should be exposed, which is why at this event what we're trying to focus on is interactivity. We want you to, as a spectator, if you're going to come, I want you interacting with the reenactors. These guys work so freaking hard on their kits, on their impressions, and they study the Civil War. They know so much. They're a wealth of knowledge. And I want you interacting with spectators, and I want them to be a part of this. I want everybody to be integrated. This is not just a spectacle. It's not just a show. All right. This is an educational learning experience. It's interactive and immersive, not just for the reenactor. Okay. Oh, I said the word. I said a trigger word for reenactors. I said immersive. That does not mean that you cannot come out and camp and bring your comforts. If you want to do that, do that. Keep it in your tent. It's that simple. It doesn't belong outside of the tent. Bring your tent. Set your cot up in there. Bring your Xbox and PlayStation and set it up on Wi-Fi in there. If you want to do that, just don't let the public see it. Okay? I don't recommend doing any of that. It's easier to come with what you can carry. Really looking forward to it. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that. This is my guy, Tom. And this is one of the owners of BB3 TV. So thank you, brother, for having us all the time. We appreciate it. Someone needs to keep it going, doing what you're doing. Back you 100%. I appreciate that. For some people, it's about them, and those are the haters. That's the truth. Yeah, don't forget your honey hat. How you doing there, Facebook user? This might be too early for this question. Please forgive me if it is. Are y'all planning on making this an annual event or doing anything else on this property? Okay. That's actually, Walter, that's a great question. I can tell you, we were playing that by ear. We were going to kind of see how this goes. That's my girl. What's up? That's my girl. We would like, okay, this is a tricky one. We're playing it by ear about whether we're going to do it annually. I don't think we want to do it annually. Look what's happened to events in the past. All right, there's not a ton of land to go around anymore. Let's be honest, and especially in Gettysburg, it's dwindling. Any of the land that's actually left or that has any historic value is being purchased and then donated later to the Park Service. So more and more, the opportunity to reenact even in or near Gettysburg is becoming a very difficult thing to do. So this property being located right next to the battlefield, literally right up the street from the first shot marker, we're reenacting the first day's battle as close as to the first day battlefield as you can possibly get without actually being on it. It's fan-frickin-tastic. But we don't want this to be overworked, if that makes sense. We don't want to overexpose you guys to the land, and we don't want it to just become another event. Okay, just another event you go to in Gettysburg and it becomes dry and mundane. We want to keep the ground fresh. So, I mean, what we're probably going to do is we're thinking maybe every other, maybe even just the fives, but it really depends on how this goes. So I know that's not a great answer, but it's an honest answer. But we're going to kind of play it by ear. We love you. I appreciate you, man. When I was in high school, they didn't even talk about the Civil War. I've educated many people about the Civil War. Once people understand why we do what we do, they thank us for keeping the stories and the soldiers. Amen. Exactly why we're doing what we're doing. Yes, she is. That is a true fact right there. All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Do you have someone on staff who will be in charge of the Living History Camp? I don't. We do not have anybody in charge of Living History. The person we did have, she decided that she just didn't want to do it anymore. She did have time. A super busy person. and we completely understand her situation. So she backed out, and unfortunately, nobody stepped up to take the place. Tom, it's yours if you want it. From a financial situation, it's very difficult to do a yearly event. True story. It's difficult to put on an event at all. And this is part of what we're going to get to when we talk about where some of the money is going to go from the event if we do as well as we hope to do. We're going to touch base on that. Here in Massachusetts, we have gone to an every other year event. So I run an event and I skip years so that the event doesn't get boring. That's exactly what we don't want to happen. Yeah, don't do it annually. I agree. Yeah. Okay. All right, good. I'm glad I answered your question. All right, let's talk a little bit about the PCWA, why we did this. And we touched on it a little bit, but, preserving land is truly what our goal here is. And how we go about doing that, maybe this year we just donate to already or existing organizations. But what I'd really like to do is take the PCWA to kind of make it almost like an American Battlefield Trust. Again, that's ambitious, but there's no reason we can't do that. There's no reason we can't come together and do something like that. And it takes people. It takes people working together. It's not just me or the members of my staff. It's everybody. And we will be accepting membership here after the 160th. Okay. Once we get that done, we get that behind us, then we're going to start opening up and we're going to start doing more things. And obviously, our whole purpose is to purchase land. If we can't do it on our own, we will donate money to an organization that will. That's the whole plan. Just like these long ruck marches, just keep taking the next step. Yeah. 25K ruck marches and 50K ruck marches. Oh. In Fort Knox, Kentucky. Never forget those. So we want to donate money, okay, and a percentage, we haven't figured that out yet. We kind of have to wait and see how well this does. Understand that we have a huge bill to pay. And as somebody mentioned here earlier, putting on an event like this is incredibly expensive. It's very difficult to raise money to do. And I'm not going to bullshit you. We're struggling. People are having a difficult time. The economy's hard. It's a difficult time in the economy. We're working on our getting our 501c3 tax exempt status, which we should have had ages ago, but clerical errors, paperwork being sent to the wrong address, my old address, have held things up a little bit. But guys, that's life, and you just take it as it comes, and you continue doing what you're doing. We aren't going to let too much of stupid shit like that get in our way. That kind of goes against everything that we believe in here. And if anybody has seen what we're putting into this and sees how hard that we are working on this, you understand it's not about, personal gain. Nobody would do this for that, especially with so much risk involved. And, if it rains, you're out, you're done. What are you going to do? You do something like this because you have a passion for it. And everybody on the staff does. And I'm truly surrounded by people who love and care about this. And I'm blessed. But again, I digress. So again, our organization, we don't know about percentage because what we want to do is we want to be taking some of the money that we get from this year to fund our next event. So if we do well enough, if we have enough spectatorship, if we cover the bills that way and there's money left over, we are donating a percentage of that. We don't know what the percentage is because we want it to be a significant percentage. We do. We want to make an impact. That's the whole purpose. But we also want to be able to pay for the next one without stressing so much about where the heck the money's going to come from. Okay. I don't think you guys understand, and God, we're blessed for everybody that has put money in and registered early. We appreciate that very much. It helps immensely. But donations are always accepted. We always appreciate it because, guys, we have a massive, massive bill to cover for this event. So that being said, we do want to make sure that we have enough money next time. but we still have an obligation to donate. What that looks like, we don't really know. So I can't sit here and say, oh, I mean, we're going to donate 30 grand to, Shenandoah Valley or, to the American Battlefield Trust or whatever that is. But what I would like to do is right now, I would like to take an opportunity to ask you guys, where would you like to see us donate money? Where do you guys think? Tell me something that you believe in. And I don't care where it is. If we're preserving, endangered battlefield land in Georgia, then let's go. Let's do it. So in the comment section, if you can, let me know what you think would be the best place for us to make donations. And look, we don't have to donate just to one place. We can donate to a couple. I don't know. Let's just use easy numbers. We could do, $5,000 to the American Battlefield Trust, and we could do $5,000 to Shenandoah Valley or whatever, or Fredericksburg or things of that nature. I'd love to hear what your opinions are. All right, I want anyone who knows Bobby Lintz. He was up and in a chair today after the liver transplant. He's doing on a long road of recovery and could use a lot of prayers from prayer warriors out there. Yes, there you go. That's good news. And I don't know Bobby, but he has my thoughts and prayers. The southern branch of the PCWA. We could do that. I've seen this firsthand. Dustin Heisey and everyone I've met or been around is working so hard trying to put on an event for reenactors by reenactors. Amen. So our first suggestion is the Battlefield Trust. Is that it? That's all you guys got? The Battlefield Trust? Nobody else has any other suggestions? My wife says I would like the PCWA to make enough money to purchase the farm next to the land and preserve the entire property. Yeah, well, that's a big one. Unfortunately, the property that is directly adjacent to the property that we're using is endangered property at this point. It is for sale for almost $10 million. It's just under $10 million. And if that land gets purchased, it's probably most probable it's going to become a development, and they'll back them houses right up to this property. And anything that we have, it's so beautiful out there. When you guys get an opportunity to see it, and go back and look at some of my other videos, it is so beautiful out there. There's nothing in sight, nothing modern in sight, especially when the trees are in bloom. You can't see anything, and just imagining in my mind seeing houses backed up the whole way up that property, it sickens me. But we don't have $10 million, but if you guys want to help me raise $10 million, we'll work on that. But I don't have it, so unfortunately we cannot save that property, and it's a tragedy if that becomes a development. Guys, I will tell you, most of the landowners do not encourage metal detecting at this property. They don't like it. Some, very, 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 very few get special permission to do it. But some Confederate drop bullets were recently discovered on this property. Just to give you an idea, where on the map where we have Confederate camp is right where these Confederate drop bullets were found. So y'all, are going to camp where we believe there was a Confederate bivouac, because it was a concentrated area where they found these. So we do believe that this was a Confederate campsite. How cool to be able to camp on the same spot. So unfortunately, the camps are reversed as the way the maps are. So Union will be camping where the Reds did in 1863. Okay. Fredericksburg preservation would be awesome. I live down here in Stafford, and it's also built up. Yeah, man, it's crazy how much they've really destroyed the Civil War history down there. Any Civil War museum or anything that has to do with Civil War preservation. Okay, Harrisburg. I wonder if I'm sure Harrisburg could use a donation. We could probably do something like that. I found a trust last night from an organization that preserves land. Who is that? Who said that? Who are you, Facebook user? Okay. Ask Mr. Fetterman. He might get you the 10. That'd be like asking Joe Biden to fix the border, but we're not here about politics. All right, guys, we're gonna call this one a shorty. I do appreciate everybody tuning in. I do appreciate everybody sharing the video and all the support that you've been giving us. We couldn't do this without you guys, and sincerely, from the very bottom of my heart, I thank you guys all so much for your support. And just understand, like, this isn't about us. This isn't about glory, personal glory. This is about keeping the history alive. This is about us doing something to leave our mark on history. All right. And our mark, we're doing our job because it's been left to us. We are responsible. Okay. We are the stewards and we have to do our job. And that's what we're trying to do. And for the people who are trying to stick their foot in that, I have a few choice words for you, but I'll say those offline. Thanks for your support, guys. We'll see you guys next time. I appreciate it. God bless. Take care.